Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. Those things we did not get to during the course of the show today. And I'm thinking about Betty Rock, and we were just having a conversation with Pastor Chad on the way out. And Betty Rock is just like mocking everybody. And I'm like, I totally like, she is that meme that's going around like on TikTok, that video of like, hey, look, it's a mockingbird. And they cut to a mockingbird and they're like, hey, look, it's a mockingbird.
You know, it
that.
hurts my soul, my heart, my feelings that you paint such a negative picture of me, because if anything, I am just a blessing to this place. And if anything, people only have kind things to say about me, and so I wish
people
that
they know you. Yeah. I want to know these people.
Introduce us.
I wish y'all would just stop letting your negative energy come into my positive world.
You have hoodwinked America. Like you have like tricked America into you being like the Wally Show sweetheart, and that you are the sweetest person on the planet. And
once again, I'm not really sure where the hate is coming from, because
that's what she would do to you. Yes.
See, that is a perfect example of how I'm treated every day, Potties. So I'm not sure what to do about it.
Earlier today, it dawned on me, you are a combination of two people in my life, or not in my life, in my world, the people I know. Wednesday Addams and April from Parks and Rec. Like those two people, like you embody them, and it's really funny, you know.
Well, I think if I was too supportive of everything that you do, you would run rampant.
Maybe. No.
Yes.
It would help me every once.
No, you don't. You don't need it. If anything, I need to.
Here's the thing.
You're like a wild stallion. I
Thank
just
you.
need to, or a wild jack butt.
Okay.
I need to rope you in, okay? I need to rope you in.
Here's the thing.
And make sure that you stay calm.
I was talking to my online counselor the other day.
Oh, my gosh, please. What, TikTok?
Yes. And my online counsel session with TikTok. No. Like, your goal is you want me to be a better, healthier person. Mm-hmm. What if I were to tell you that as part of that, something that I need in my life is for you to treat me better, or with respect, or to give me encouraging words? What if I were to tell you that would help me become the better version of me for you?
Okay, I hear you.
Okay, good.
And I affirm it.
Okay.
I think. But I can't find it within myself to do that, because you are your biggest fan.
And
so if I add to that, it just supports the
what if this is the key?
Narcissistic mentality.
This is the linchpin. This is the thing that's going to unlock the box, and not Pandora's box, but this is going to unlock the mental health box. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be a more fully developed, well-rounded
individual,
easier to get along with coworker. And all it takes is a kind word from you about my hat.
No, because
I will not.
There's nothing in you that is serious. Everything will be turned.
Yeah.
And so once again, who did we find out today who had the most selfies? You love you. Okay?
In fairness,
and you don't need anyone else. No,
it was me and my wife.
You don't need anyone else to support you.
Yeah.
You like to be the lone wolf.
Yeah.
You like that. So there's no reason for the lone wolf to tag along with a wounded fawn.
I do think you like the me against the world mindset.
Oh, I've always been that way.
Yeah.
100%.
So you're good.
You're proud of that.
100%.
So,
but I need to change it. And then just a kind word here and there would
I don't want you
out.
to ever go to therapy.
Thank you, Gavin. If I ever went, here's the thing. I actually was talking about this with my wife the other day. I'm like, I think the only reason I would go to therapy is for the show and for a bit. And that probably is the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Like, I would go,
100%.
I would go just so I could talk about something from that, because I think it would be interesting. We kind of touched on this the other day where we had people sharing what they've learned in therapy, and I might do more of that. Like, I actually think that that's interesting. And I see the value I do see the value in talking to somebody. And if I can be honest right now and without someone getting offended, like, in all seriousness, and I know that this is not going to paint me in a good light at all. It's not going to paint me in a light that is popular right now. And so if you've ever been to therapy, please don't take this personal. This is not directed at you. This is 100% directed at me. Me going to therapy I see that as failure for me. I see that as I could not solve my own issues, and thereby I am weak mentally, and I should be able to fix those. Or my faith should help me fix those, kind of thing. And that's how I view it. Now, that said, I don't view it like that for other people, which is the crazy thing. My wife went through an exercise one time at this women's retreat, and they said, write a letter to the person next to you and encourage them. So all these women write all these things and stuff like that. And so you're waiting for them to say, pass it to that person. And then they say, okay, keep it, because that letter is to you. So whatever you tell other people is what you should be telling yourself. You know, I think that there's a higher standard for me when it comes to sin. I can sit there and tell people all day long, God forgives everything you've done. He'll instantly restore you the minute you ask for forgiveness. You know, you are loved, valued, and cherished. But I don't think that same rule applies to me. I think there's a higher standard for me. And again, that's erroneous, and I know that, but it still is in the back of my mind. And so that's where a lot of this comes from.
Have you ever heard where people are like, God, like if you say, God can forgive everyone, but he can't forgive me.
Right.
And they say that is a pride issue.
Right.
Because you think you're so bad that you're not, God can't even save you. And so that's a pride.
Yeah,
thing.
Pride does fuel, pride and selfishness fuel most of the sins that we look at, you know, across the board. I would never say that God can't forgive me. I just think that he would hold me more accountable because of the position that I hold and the power that this has. I think pastors should be held to a higher standard. I think I should be held to a higher standard. So when I come in under that, it's very frustrating for me on a personal level.
I think it speaks to the fact that I think people talk about it like the weight of sin.
Yeah.
I feel like the weight of sin is like a really heavy one because I think sometimes it can keep you from actually choosing to take certain steps. Like I know that that's a thing that I've always struggled with is like when I feel the weight of my mistakes, sometimes it's not that I take up arms against those mistakes. Sometimes it like holds me back from making more choices that I'm like, oh, what if I make more mistakes too?
Right.
And what if like more stuff happens, adds up, and then you can't do anything about it. But that's where Jesus does come into the picture.
Yeah,
and where therapy could come into the picture too.
Yeah, no, and again, I get it. I understand. I understand it for everybody. Yeah, I mean, my daughter has been to therapy. You know, Betty Rock has been to therapy. Gavin, you? No?
No.
Okay.
Not for me.
So you're in the non-therapy club.
No, I've had a decent enough life that I've never run into the occasion where I'm like, I feel like I can't handle any of my issue, or I feel like, I guess maybe I do have pride in that I try to handle a lot of things, but I feel like I've not had stuff hit the fan that I feel like I need a professional to talk me through things. I know I'm the problem.
Yeah, and I don't, and that's the exact same thing. I don't feel that either. Like I know what the issue is. The issue's me. I know that. So one day I'll like look at it, and I don't even think it's that big of an issue, to be honest with you. Betty's like,
I don't either.
Interesting, exactly.
And I there's a discount of you've known him for 16, I've known him for 5. I think you're good.
Thank you, Gavin. You're so smart. You're so good at this job. You're so good at this job.
But
Betty's
also,
like, you're an enabler.
I'm also probably I'm either bred from the same cloth in that sense, or you beat me into that submission of
no. You're in a good place. I think you're doing great. You just keep doing what you're doing.
I heard that.
This is like blind people talking to blind people.
Just guys talking.
Yeah, this is therapy right here. We just did it. Therapy.
I feel better.
I feel better too. This is great. No, I think that Betty, you look at me and you go, oh, you need to get therapy for whatever. Like I think the main thing. Okay, let's do this. What is the main thing you think? What do you think? And we can be like super vulnerable. There's no repercussions for this. What do you think is my main problem?
You need to pay me. This is what you're
She does have a psychology degree.
I don't
from me.
No, I don't
and
want
you're just
therapy.
Yes, you are,
I
because
don't.
You're asking me what I think you should be working on.
No, because I want to refute it. Because I don't. No, I'm just curious. What do you think? If you look at me, in all seriousness, like if you were to say, because it might give me some perspective that maybe I have a blind spot about myself, and it's like, because I care about you deeply, and I love working with you, and I realized I had this whole conversation with you yesterday, and that you and Gavin both don't like the negative energy, and you shut down in that. I used to thrive in that, and I'm realizing for me personally, it's starting to be an energy drain for me as well. And so I see it. I see that is a challenge for you. So the reason I'm asking this is that if I am aware of something, then I can make steps to try to alter it around you because I care about you. So I'm not doing free therapy. So what would you say, honestly?
I would say pride.
Okay, that's fair.
Because you take a lot of pride in when you meet someone. It's very odd that when you meet someone for the very first time, you like to boast about your wrongdoings.
Yes.
There's something broken in that.
Yeah, I can see that.
You take pride in looking like a terrible human being.
Yes.
And I don't understand that at all.
That's one that
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, I think that...
But it's something you take pride in.
It's kind of like what Gavin said. I always see myself as the rebel. This job has been something that people live vicariously through, and they are like, oh, I wish I could tell my boss off, or things like that. So when I tell stories about things that I've done that no one else would do in their regular job, it is a source of pride. It's like, yeah, I get to do that, you know?
Yeah, I also think that you find pride in standing strong against like the modern...
To the point where you don't even know what you're standing against. You just want to be...
Contrarian.
Different.
Yeah.
But I think you have a contrarian nature against like about modern nature's like pity party.
Yeah.
Though, too.
For sure.
I think that's probably one of your biggest things is that to me personally, there are times when I get exhausted by like the daily discussion around like woke agendas and stuff like that. Like it's exhausting because in some ways my brain says that this is not a battle that we can beat per se, but it just doesn't seem like it just seems like there's always going to be something that pops up that we're going to have to be annoyed by.
Right.
And I don't know what to do to like battle against it except just continue to be us. Like it just seems it's a daily conversation that it does get exhausting to me.
I think the other element of this, if you were to ask me why do I do it, I would have never said pride. Like to me, pride is arrogance, and you're looking at it too of like you're proud of the wrong thing that you did, and I think that there's an element of that because I do like to jar people when I first meet them or shock them or whatever, and there's times that I forget because a lot of people do know me, from what we do for a living. And there are times when I meet people that are outside the scope of this, like at a small group, and I'm like just saying things and I forget the room. And in the context of who I am and what I do for a living, it might make sense or people can go, oh yeah, I get it. But people that don't know that, I see how it's jarring. And part of me likes that reaction because I've always wanted reactions from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you get frustrated when people don't understand you.
Sure.
But yet you're trying to be misunderstood.
That's a really good point.
Emo.
Yeah.
Very emo.
It's very emo. It's very 13-year-old girl writing poems emo poems all dressed in black in her room.
It's kind of like what you say where you're like, you can't get mad at someone who's saved that doesn't understand Christianity or whatever it is that you say. But it's
Thank you for roughly
but it's
quoting
the
me.
same thing. It's the same thing where it's like you can't get mad at someone for not understanding you when you don't want to be understood.
Right.
So you take pride in the wrongdoings that you do. Also, when you fight just to be right.
Yeah.
That's a pride.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm not sitting here,
You're fine.
judging you. You
You're fine.
asked me,
I did.
So I'll tell you.
You're fine.
But
I'm a
it's
big
not
boy.
to say that I'm perfect either.
Oh, I know
I've
that.
got my own. I have my own issues.
I didn't want to hear
But
that.
I think it's hard to, like you say, just a good word or something. To me, you want to stand alone. You've got it all you want people to think that you have it all under control.
Sure.
And that you are fine.
Sure.
So why would I want to support that?
Right.
Why would I want to?
Because maybe the inner child in me needs you to support that. Even though I can't say it because I'm just broken. And if you were truly to care about me and truly to look beyond my facade.
So now you're the victim.
Yes, I am
Once
the victim.
again, pride is coming
If you
into
were
play.
to look beyond my facade and my hurt, if you could see past my hurt of my childhood and then deem yourself
the hurt of your childhood.
lower yourself a smidge to just say something nice and encouraging to me, that maybe that could help me.
It would not. It would not. It would not. That's there's not enough power in a.
I will tell you this, in all seriousness, because of the position that I have and that I hold here, a lot of times, like, I always tell you guys how great you are. I always tell you guys that I'm proud of you. Like the thing you wanted to do today with texting, Rock, that was great. Like, and I love that. And I told you, I think this is really smart. Thank you. I appreciate you doing that work. Gavin, the other day, like, I was like, oh, I need to get this. Oh, he's already got it up there. Like, yes, that's how you do this job. I'm proud of you, you know? And so I do try to tell you guys those things. I actually don't get that. I don't get it a lot. I don't get it from you guys. And I don't get it from bosses very often. As much as you might think, I don't get that a lot. And so I have learned, just like I don't need a boss telling me what to do my job well, I self-motivate, and it's the same thing. I have learned that even if I'm not getting that, I know what good is, and I know when I've done a good show, and I know when I haven't. And so when I've done a good show, I kind of take solace in the fact that, all right, I know it was good, you know, and I don't have to be told that. So there you go. Okay. So there you go. That's as vulnerable as I'm going to get today.
Okay.
She's like, I'm not changing it. I'm not going to do anything about it.
I can't. Only you can help you.
You missed the whole point of that.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, you missed the whole point of that.
We can do a better job of encouraging.
Yeah.
And telling him good job.
Yeah, you're not hearing me. How are you not hearing me? You went to school for this. How are you not hearing this desperate cry for help?
You want me to tell you that you're doing a good job?
When I do.
When he does.
No, I don't want it when it's
not generic. Not generic.
Yeah, when it's not real. Absolutely not. When it's not real. No, I never want that. Like I had to do some interviews the other day, and there was a outside consultant that was listening in because they're trying to use them for something else. And so I'm trying to interview and give them what they need. And this person at the end is gushing about the job that I did and was like, it was amazing, blah, blah, blah. And they're gushing. And I did not take it fully as they intended because I didn't think it was great. Like, I tried my best, but the concept I was having to work in, it was not built for great success. And so while I appreciated what they said, I'm like, I don't know that I believe it.
What,
you know?
So in essence, like, what's more important to you? Is it more important that you know you did a good job, or is it more important to have somebody tell you, hey, that was good?
The people that I care about in my life and the people whose opinion that I respect, I appreciate it. So, like, from you two, I would appreciate it. From my daughter, I love when my daughter is, you know, like recognizes sacrifices or is appreciative of what I've done. Like, I love that. Same with my wife, you know. And and again, I don't need it a lot, but from time to time from a boss going, man, that bit you guys did was great. And I will say this, like, our two new bosses that we have are really good about that. Like, they'll text something real quick during the middle of a show and go, hey, that break was really great. Love where you're going with that. And so it's not like it doesn't happen. And so I'm thankful for that. And so that's it. That's all the therapy for today.
Yeah, you're looking at me waiting.
Yeah.
So I will tell you this. You give across the air of, I don't need anyone.
Yes.
I don't need anything.
Correct.
So you like to be on an island.
Correct.
Okay. But yet you're calling from that
Self-made.
island.
Yes.
Hey, tell me how great of how I'm doing at being on my own, doing my own thing, because I don't need you.
Right.
Okay.
You got it? No.
But I will tell you this.
With work, the island is us, though. Like, I put us on an island against. Ooh, that was telling. You know,
I think it's true.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's us against the world. Is how I view that, honestly.
I will tell you this, though,
Yes.
and I think I did tell you this, but maybe it didn't get through. I thought you did a very good job with handling a text message from earlier this morning. Now, there were 2 responses that you said out loud.
Yes, that I did not text.
That would have been very, very wrong to text
They
back.
were really funny, though.
And 2, you have to make peace with yourself that what people see as compliments to you, you may not see as a compliment because you have higher standards for yourself.
Right.
And so I think that text message was meant as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yet you didn't see it that way. And had you gone with your first or second response, it would have been it would have been a slap in the face.
Right, exactly.
That would be like somebody complimenting you and you'd be like, you're an idiot,
Right,
and slapping
exactly.
them in the face.
I get that.
So,
I get that. That's why I didn't send it.
Right. So the third response was very well done.
And it used to be like the 7th response. So I got to say, if I was putting a sticker on me right now, growth.
Yeah, we getting stickers after the show today?
No, I don't have the mental energy to do that.
You do a great job of encouraging. That is
Thank
an
you, Gavin.
absolutely true statement.
And I'm always impressed with how good you recognize that and how well you
don't-
compliment. So
don't-
thank
you don't need to keep doing that.
No, thank you. You're amazing. She just laughs.
Whatever.
Yeah, see, I can't get it. I cannot.
No.
I cannot.
You wouldn't.
What
Yes.
what did I just say 5 freaking seconds ago?
It didn't feel real. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
can't. This is why I can't.
All right, let's get on to your thing. What do you got?
Oh, great. Okay.
Therapy over.
Celebrity crushes. So I have a list of people that are celebrities that have odd celebrity crushes on other celebrities. So,
Travis Kelce on Taylor Swift.
who do you think? Blake Lively. Okay, she is the wife of Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Blonde, like 6 foot.
Nice looking.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think she has a crush on?
Wait, if you're with Ryan Reynolds, how do you have a crush on anyone?
This one will shock you.
He's good looking, first of all.
Tell us more.
He's
Chiseled jawline.
Chiseled. He's funny. He's wealthy.
He's tall.
Yeah, like what in the
Full
world?
head of hair.
How do you have a crush on anyone else? There's no help for any of us then.
Be someone older.
Oh, well, your mind is about to be changed.
Really?
John
There is-
Travolta.
there is hope for all of you.
Danny
Really?
DeVito.
Yes, that would be great.
It's a late night talk show host
Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Has
No,
to be Fallon.
Conan O'Brien.
from the past.
Oh, Jay Leno. I don't know.
The only other one is Letterman.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
She has a
Ew.
crush on
Now Letterman? Bearded Letterman?
that. I don't know, but David in the past in
Yeah.
interviews, she has said David Letterman is her crush, her
That's
celebrity
funny.
crush.
I bet it's because he's funny. Maybe he's funnier than Ryan Reynolds. I don't think so. Like Ryan Reynolds is funny.
He's
she
so
might.
dry. He's
She has
really
to like his intellect. That's got to be it. Because Letterman is smart. Yeah,
Is he?
Letterman's smart. Yeah,
I don't know
He's
nothing
smart,
about him.
and Letterman is a great interviewer, and he's smart too. So I could see that.
Who do you think Meryl Streep has a celebrity
Oh.
crush on?
Oh,
She's like a big deal too.
Meryl Streep, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Good guess. No.
Thank you.
Johnny Depp.
This is a funny guy.
Alive?
Comedian. So maybe we are finding out that a sense of humor
Yeah,
is
it makes a
what gets
difference.
girl.
That's one of your things that you put that so high up next to flannel and beard and lumberjack, like it's up there. And Jesus, it's up there.
Jesus.
Who do you think?
I guess I don't know.
Are they alive?
Will Ferrell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see that makes sense. I have a crush on Will Ferrell. He's
Do
great.
you?
Yeah,
They're both titans of their industry. That would be hilarious.
I think Will Ferrell is funnier just when you talk to him than in a lot of his movies.
I agree.
You
He's
know?
pretty dirty in his movies,
Well,
except for Elf.
he plays
Elf
such
is great.
insane, over the top characters. It's
Yeah.
hard to know if you're laughing at just like a creation or the comedy himself.
Kim Kardashian.
Who does she have a crush on?
Yeah.
Well, it's,
This is a presidential person.
no, Richard Nixon.
No.
John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
Oh,
That makes sense.
he's
John
dead.
F. Kennedy Jr.
Just the
Oh,
the
really?
the idea of
It
him.
is he died too,
I
right?
think so.
JFK Jr. died in a plane crash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Junior.
He
Oh,
crashed
okay.
his
Yeah,
plane.
yeah.
Well, she obviously doesn't value piloting skills. It's not high up on her list of requirements.
Yep. And then Ariana Grande.
Or the ability to swim.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Ariana Grande. This is
hurt.
also a comedian.
Just died. Oh wait, no,
No, he died a while ago.
no, I just saw a wrong date.
Ariana Grande has a crush on Jim Carrey.
Oh wow.
Again, funny. Again. Like,
You can see through a lot when they're funny.
who was Ariana Grande with?
She was with Pete
Pete
Davidson.
Davidson.
I was going to say she was with Pete Davidson,
Which was
the
crazy.
weird eye guy.
He's funny.
No, he's not.
There was
Well,
a,
they think he
He
is.
does-
some people do.
He is one of the least
He's
funny
just
people.
skirt.
Yeah, that video with
Yeah, I like that.
Chalamet. It's hilarious.
Really?
There was a comedian. I don't know. She's not known or anything, but she was talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. She was talking about how Taylor's dated the array of guys from the artists to the the record people, and then there's Travis. She's like, I'm worried that the only road left for her is Pete Davidson. Like all roads, because there's Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, like all roads
That's
just
a
lead
funny
to
line.
Pete Davidson.
That is as funny as that TikTok where the guy goes, Adam Driver looks like someone tried to draw Keanu Reeves from memory.
My God.
Kills me. That is so well said. Oh, so good. Man, those are surprising. But yeah,
awesome
sense of humor.
list.
That's what it is.
If y'all had to say your celebrity crush, who would it be?
Celebrity crush?
Oh, snap. I feel like I changed this recently.
Yeah, I it's so weird. Like I've never really thought along those lines because I know
you didn't have one back when you were younger? Farrah Fawcett.
Well, she was on posters, yeah, for sure. She was like a big deal back then. Yeah, it's really strange. Like that was never a big thing for me. That's
Marie
like
Osmond.
Yes, no. That was one of the reasons that like I really clicked with my wife because one of the girls I was dating was like I'd be dating her like with her and then she'd be like, oh, so and so is so cute. Oh, he's hot, and would just gush about that stuff. And like Marty never did that in front of me.
She was just thinking it.
Oh, I'm sure she was. But like it was like yeah, she never did that, and like that's kind of cool. I like that trait in her, you know. So. Boy, I don't know. We all know yours was Lance Bass.
You will not let me forget.
Yeah. Well, I can't.
It wasn't my first.
Oh, what was your first?
My first was Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah.
He's been my celebrity crush since I was 4.
Yeah. Your daddy raised you well,
I still love him.
But right now, would you say it's just Mike Rowe then? Like
well, I mean, he's up there, but so is like David Duchovny.
Yeah, so you can have a celebrity crush. Like, because you're single, like you can have one. That's like in the bounce.
Oh, but because y'all are married.
I got plenty.
I don't think
plenty. What are you talking about?
Really?
Gavin's got a bunch.
Plenty.
Really? I found that odd. Like I would never have that conversation with my
Gavin,
wife.
what would yours be?
Oh, she's a side character on the Grey's Anatomy from back in the day. Her name is Camellia Luddington.
Yeah.
She played Jo on the show.
Okay.
But like I just
I remember her.
I don't know because I
Jo.
watched so much of that back in the day. At one point, I was just like, oh, like
Yeah.
I'd be perfect for her.
Yeah.
Oh, she is pretty.
Yeah.
Is that her? Jo Wilson?
Yeah.
I like her.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like in a fairy tale sense.
Sure.
Nothing serious, nothing crazy. There are a lot of guys that like whenever we're watching a show, there's one character on it's like NCIS Hawaii. We'll watch every time he's on the screen. I hear Haley just kind of go like, oh.
No, see, that would bother me.
But for me personally, I see him and I'm like, I get it, man. Like I get it. He's tall, dark, and handsome. How do you not give that a little bit of credit when you're short, pale, and chubby over here?
That's so funny.
Like it just you see what you want to be and you understand.
Oh, poor Gavin.
I get it.
Poor Gavin.
No, not
All
poor
right.
Gavin.
Birthdays?
I've got Joe.
Yeah, let's do some birthdays.
I got one.
Okay, what do you got?
Kimberly, she said, I turn my last birthday in Kansas this year.
Huh?
So she's leaving Kansas
Oh.
and heading to another state.
This isn't Kansas.
Then we're heading back home to Texas. Kansas has been a great state to live in over the past 13 years. Wow. So a big move.
Nice.
So happy birthday, Kimberly. That's all I got.
Okay, no, well, we don't need a question today because we're at 28 minutes.
Because we had to do a therapy session.
Yeah, we did.
Good talks.
Yeah, good talk.
Didn't go anywhere.
Well, nothing got resolved. So
Maybe other people take something from it.
that's what we're going for. All right, well, that's going to do it for your Aftercast today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.